8:20 a.m. on this Wednesday morning. December 3rd, 2025, excuse me. It is like bitterly cold out here this morning. In the low 20s possibly, I'm not too sure. Got a few cats that's made their way up here for special morning breakfast. Mixture of dry cat food with the last of the Thanksgiving treats that was given to me for the cats out here, right, Tiny? We've also have put out some bird seed and peanuts for the birds and squirrels this morning, if any so desire to come up. Quite a few cats coming up this morning, coming out of their few days of hibernation, if you will, because of these weather conditions. But, what's the matter, huh? What's the matter, Tiny? This is what I want to bring to the table today, people. There's a relatively new term that's been making its rounds, and I really have to question a lot of today's labelings of this, that, and the other thing. Of course, we got all this climate control operations kicking off globally, and I'm going to go ahead and provide a link to who's behind all of it, or at least for the most part, actually who's been behind all of the nonsense globally since the beginning of history, if you will. It's those that classify themselves as warriors, soldiers, the military, okay? And whether or not military might is right. There's a lot of questions today. Of course, we are going into Armageddon, World War III. And you have to ask yourselves about the intelligence quotas of humans. That should be questioned more than this NHI nonsense or non-human intelligence. Because the way that I see it, we are dealing with yet another false narrative. Because what you are seeing right here are intelligent creatures, okay? In fact, all of animal life has degrees of intelligence. That is genetically instilled, called instincts, and then you have the learning capabilities. Learning itself is a form of intelligence, okay? Right here. If you know about plant life, then you know that foliage, all species of foliage, communicate one unto another. Non-human intelligence. They have their own language. They have their own communications, just like the animals have, which I interact through languages of animals as well as my own, right? That I was programmed to learn. This is non-human intelligence. We have seen many, many forms of it through animal life, some mimicking human qualities such as birds learning how to use breadcrumbs to toss into the waters in order to lure fish to the surface so that they can pierce them with their beaks, right? What you doing, Skunky? Come on. We have, once again, the plant life that communicates one to another. But we have this other type of intellect that is known as artificial intelligence. And that is even human intellect. All right? Programmed. But that is also considered as non-human intelligence. Now we know these things for facts. That they are based on facts. But when it comes down to these crafts, these orbs, these spheres, and whatever else that might be in the sky, seen or unseen, can we actually define it as being non-human intelligence? Look at the tridactyls, the mummified remains of these three-fingered, three-toed creatures that have implants in them, electronic devices, which could be future forms of artificial intelligence. All right? That human-computer hybridization, right? Cyborg life, okay? But even at that, is it or is it not non-human intelligence? Because after all, the tridactyls have DNA strands that are similar, if not human-styled DNA. So can we actually consider these past life forms that are mummified tridactyls as being non-human intelligence? Should we even be labeling anything as non-human intelligence, especially if we don't have the facts? We can label a lot of things as non-human intelligence, but is it really that? Once again, artificial intelligence created by man, programmed by man. Is AI non-human intelligence? Or is it purely human intelligence that has just been magnified? Yeah. Anyways, the birds are slowly moving in. And I am freezing up because, once again, it is severely, bitterly cold out here. And I feel bad for these cats, but at least they've got water, they've got food, and they've got the intelligence to go in, to find shelter, to get out of these conditions. That's intelligence, people. Surviving is intelligence. How long could you survive out in conditions like this? A few hours? A few days? A few weeks? Do you have the intellect? Is human intelligence all that great? And already we have, yeah, leave them alone. Hey, leave them alone. All right? Anyways, I am headed on in because it is just too bloody blasted cold out here for it, this human. Even though I could hang tough because of my intelligence. Alright, enough is enough. I'm going to let the birds move in and let the cats continue so they can get a move on as well. Enough said. Take care. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.